Hey guys, it's Mike, another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Today we're going to be a dirty pay-to-win player and actually pick up a couple packs and do some summons. I was considering starting a new account just for the fun of seeing where the game is at this point and seeing how I've been playing for almost 5 months now, starting over from scratch now, kind of knowing what I'm doing a little bit and see about doing a little better and then making that a free-to-play account. The only struggle is just how much time it would take, because ultimately you spend so much time in the game and on a free-to-play account, you're going to want to kind of min-max what you're doing, and then in the beginning of the game you get a lot of stamina as you upgrade and things of that nature. But with some of the latest updates, I kind of want to know what that experience looks like how you can stack stamina on the account, because when we first started it would just cap you out at your maximum stamina each time. Whereas now I think you're getting more stamina, plus it's going to add it up and accumulate it over time, so you could probably play the game for a good chunk of time. But I'd be curious how many of you would be interested in a free-to-play series on the channel. I don't spend that much money on the channel. I joke about it because I don't typically spend money on games. But I think we're at $155 spent on the channel so far over the course of the last 5 months. Today, I think we're going to spend another $27. I think is what we're going to spend. We'll take a peek at it and see. So I mean, it doesn't feel like it's, you know, super pay to win or super like whale. I mean, I don't even know that qualifies a minnow at this point. But if I want to do a truly free to play account, I don't know if that would be something you guys would find interesting or not. Let me know in the comments below if it's something you would watch or look forward to. It might help me kind of push me over the edge as far as starting that account up and having some fun with it. But today what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the champion pass here. We haven't quite gotten to the 30th day where we get to pick up the 10 rate up summons, so these 20 will still be waiting for us for tomorrow, but the rest of these will come on the account. And then we also have inside this guy here with the Hild launch special products, I think it was the rate up pass. Where if you purchase these, so it's $5. So you purchase this for $5, you're getting one rate up summon per dollar, which is pretty good as far as if you're going to spend. That's not a bad way to go. But the reason I'm picking this up is for 2 reasons. Number one, just get some extra rate up summons on the account. You also get some inventory on a couple crystals here, as well as some stamina, which is pretty big. But with this purchase, I'm going to get these 5 special summons. And then on top of which, and then by making 2 purchases on the account, I'll get these 5 special summons as well as these 5 rate up summons. So technically by making that second purchase, I'm going to be getting these extra 5. So basically it brings the cost down to 50 cents a piece. So just kind of maximizing how much, you know, I'm getting out of spending money. So we're going to be looking at spending $25 today. Our new total will jump from $155 to $180. So we're going to be at $180 spent on the account. But we're still having fun with it every day, getting in here and having a good time. And I still got a long ways to go to start collecting chivalries on those players. So we're going to go ahead and get those on the account. I'll bring you back in. We'll do some summons. All right, so we have done the dirty deed. We have picked up both those items. We're going to go ahead and claim those, and I think we got to go into our inbox to see what's going on. So far we got 20 rate up summons, 400 stamina, which is super exciting, a couple pieces of 5 or 6 star gear, a legendary character. I did also, because we were farming every day, we got to do 10 farms on story mode. I put in a team that I thought had hope on beating Cromcroc in 30 turns, and it actually did it. So I ended up getting a legendary character there. As of tomorrow, once these guys give me some more things to do, we're going to go ahead and get 20 more rate up summons on the account as well. I jumped over into Gorgos just to get some gold in the account and get my account back to accruing stamina. I hate it when I'm not accruing stamina. So that 400 pushed me over my limit. So we're just getting in there. I did want to apologize for the a couple of videos came out completely out of order. There's just so much stuff going on with Hild that I felt was more time pressing. So I was trying to get all that content out there, and I have super slow upload speeds. So it's really hard for me to upload more than 1 video a day. So I was really struggling to get through that content and get it edited and everything else. And then when it came down to it, I was like, well, there's still some value in here, and I haven't missed any summons and things on the account. So for somebody that has been following the account every single day, I wanted to make sure that that video got posted. But there was some stuff that was kind of out of date on it, so I tried to make some footnotes and stuff. But hopefully you found it entertaining at least. Maybe there's even a nugget or 2 of good information in there to help you guys along. So with those 2 purchases, we got these guys on the account as well. So that's going to be a little bonus perk for that $25 spent. Also that $25 by supporting Odd One Gaming through Netmarble and that link, he theoretically should get 4% of that, I think is how it works. So don't spend it all in one place, buddy. but it's there for you, and I appreciate you going through all the hoops you got to jump through to get on that and get us those codes, because I think he's probably gotten me, I don't even know, 50 plus special summons over the time that I've been following him, plus the extra stamina. And I mean, they're small goodies, but they come in periodically, and he's always doing all of the necessary tasks to get that done. So I really appreciate you. So from there, we'll jump over into our mailbox, make sure we pick up all of our items, claim rewards there. We got 5 normal summons, 5s. Those are the 2 we just picked up. And then we got this guy here. So from defeating Cromcroc, we did get a legendary character, as well as from purchasing the $20 champion pass, we also got a legendary character. So we'll pull those 2 to start and kind of get our blood flowing. I feel like there needs to be a more dramatic way to pull these guys, like if it cuts to their intro screen or something, but it really is kind of a lackluster way to get a legendary on the account. Even after all the legendaries that I've got on the account throughout the 5 months, I still like to see those intro screens. All right, almost got through all these items on the item bag here. These are kind of a fun one with the new materials coming on. And then we've got some rare relics, or rare or lower relics. None of them are actually rare. Still looking for Bodwin's Flame Relic. We're going to go ahead and pull these guys. Might as well do 2 at a time because it's not exciting either way. Let's see who we get. I would be excited to see, Sarah's coming in with some Chivalry, and Clarison. And I've actually been using Clarison a lot more in Hall of Conquerors, and I think that's Chivalry level 1 for her. I think I'm up to Chivalry level 3 on my Saris there, so that's going to be a big pull there. Trying to get up to Chivalry level 8 so I can get her going in Arena. So with these raid up summons, we're going to be able to max out the event going on as far as the raid up summons. I still have the crystal consumption that I need to do. I think, where is it at? I think it's actually the second event going on here. So yeah, we got the raid up summon. I need to pull 19 to get these 20 extra relics, or not relic. These are memory rudiment chests, but they're basically the fragments of the heroes. They're non-selectors, so they're random. But by pulling these 30 we're going to do right now, we're going to get those on the account. And then from there, I have 17 days to spend another 4,000-ish rubies in order to get the Master Memory Stones. Every day I spend 100 rubies on stamina, because you get 100 for 50 rubies twice a day. So that's the bare minimum that I buy. So as we get kind of closer to the end of this, we'll see how close I am and what I need to purchase in order to get these. Because realistically, spending 4,000 rubies just to get 2 Mastery Memory Stones, probably not worth it. It'd be better to stack them on the account. But by the time I do that every single day, I might be a lot closer than I think I will be. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I bought this and I bought that, and I only need 500 rubies to get it. And then all of a sudden it's worth it. But jumping over into Lake Avalon, don't quite have a 10-pack on the Storm Relic. We do have a 10-pack on the Frost Relic here. We just reset Pity. I'm trying to remember the Frost Relic that I pulled. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Uh-oh. Game froze. That's got to be a good sign. That's got to be a good sign for luck. I would love to see Lancelot's Frost Relic would be a big win. Or Brennan, I believe, is also in there now. Would be a good Frost Relic to get. As far as rares, we have them all on the Frost. We only need Bodwin's Flame. So nothing there, but we got tokens. And we're still looking to get Merlin's Relic out of the Shard Shop there. Also have a 10 pull here. So here we'd love to see Bodwin's Flame Relic. As far as rares are concerned. As far as legendaries, I'm trying to think of some Flame Relics. I mean, ooh, hey. We get to find out. Anything new. I'd love to see something new on the account. And hopefully we got Sigrun's Flame. I'm pretty confident she starts with her Storm Relic, and I'm pretty confident that is a duplicate for me. So let's see if that actually is true. Yeah, so we do have it. I'm pretty sure she starts with her Storm Relic, but she might start with the Flame Relic. But either way, I already have it on the account. That will probably get me to the point where I can pick up Merlin's Storm Relic, though, so that's pretty cool. Going into the normal summons, we do not even have a 10 pull. Special summons, we do have 2 10 pulls. We are going to be 10 away from Pity. Hopefully we don't need to get there. Still waiting to get Morgan to Chivalry level 9 for that added 15 speed. Once she's there, I can pull her off the list. I think we're on Chivalry level 6 for my Iwarit. And so once she gets to 8, she'll probably come off the list. And then I think my Brennan is at Chivalry level 4, so I think once he gets to 5, he might come off the list. I'll have to take a peek at his Chivalries, but even getting added stats on him up to level 8 or so wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing. So we'll go ahead and pull this next 10 pull, see if it takes us all the way to Pity. I'd actually prefer to use our luck on the raid up summons. Maybe it won't take me all the way to Pity to get that next copy of Hild. What we found out is that she needs to be on Chivalry level 5 for her to really work. So we got a lot of tokens there, which is okay. But she really needs to be on Chivalry level 5 in order to make her kit work properly, and I'm only on Chivalry level 1, so we're going to have to work on that. In the interim, I am spamming her A2. She essentially is doing kind of what Lancelot does, but with less vigor. I think she has the opportunity to land 2 different dots on her A2, whereas Lancelot can land 2 burns on his A3. So by using less vigor, she still can do the thing. So she's not useless right now, but her dot explosion is a hindrance, not a benefit right now, until you get her to Chivalry level 5. So we're going to go ahead and pull on here. We're going to end up getting all the way to this 10 selector chest for legendary tomes as well, which is going to be pretty good. But hopefully it doesn't take us all the way to pity, because I would like to start stacking up some of the raid up summons that you can get for next time around. Although the way things have been going, in 2 weeks we'll probably have a return raid up banner. There we go, get a Ralph. I think he's the only one we're looking for is Ralph, as far as the rares are concerned. But yeah, so when that raid up banner comes in for next week, hopefully I've already got that champion dialed in pretty well, and that way I don't need to spend raid up. So I technically will have 3 weeks or so in order to get stacked up on those raid up summons. But worst case scenario, we can pull more for Hild, just to try to get her closer to that Chivalry level 5 and get her kind of really bringing the heat as far as that damage. All right, this is our last pull. This is it. We're either going to go to pity or we got it this time. It is not looking good. So hopefully, if it's going to take us to pity, next time we do get a 2 pull. I think we're technically 11 away. But more tokens for the shard shop. But we are 11 away from pity. We do have this 1. I'm going to go ahead and summon the 1 just to make it an even 10 pack for next time, seeing how we got it. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe we get lucky with 1 pull, single pull for a legendary. Nope, didn't even get a rare, which is fine. And on the next 10 pull, we are guaranteed to get that copy of Hild, which we'll get going tomorrow, actually, because once the day clicks over, we'll be able to get those items right out of here. So we got 20 of them waiting for us tomorrow, which will be a big win there. Jump over here into the event, pick up our 20 chests there to get some fragments. Might as well go ahead and pull those, get them cleaning up that item bag. I did a good job up here. We're down to 755, so I've got rid of pretty much all of my 5-star gear, and then all of my 6-star flat stack gear. I went in and I dismantled it, and that way I had some tokens to go, or some materials to go in and put the new engraving on some of my equipment. So taking a look at Hild, I'm kind of at a tough spot, because I could definitely get 3 more of these Mastery Memory Stones, and that'll get me all the way to Chivalry level 4, and then with that next 10 pull, that'll put me on Chivalry level 5. But I am kind of at a point where I want to save these for the next time they do an event. That being said, this time with the event they did, by pulling 80, I got 60 relic summons that were the uncommon ones. So it honestly wasn't worth it, really, but I was excited to get 4 chivalries on the account, so I pulled them. So I don't know if it's worthwhile. The time before that, we got a relic selector, a legendary relic selector for pulling 120. That one seemed a little better, plus there was a lot of raid up summons along the way. So part of me feels like I should hold on to these, but the other part of me wants to get her absolutely nuking on some of these Hollow Conqueror bosses as well as Gorgos. So I don't know if I have the discipline not to pull them once I have it, but we'll see how that goes. So for Claris in here, we did get that 1 Chivalry. Jaw Twister skill enhancement is going to be a damage increase and ignores 10% of enemies' defensive stat. That's actually going to be a pretty big one for her. She does quite a bit of damage, but really where I'm finding her the most useful is that defense down that she lands for up to 3 turns. Which is pretty strong. So bringing her in on a boss and then having like Arthur or Bedivere come in with that defense down stacking for several turns, allows them to do a lot more damage. So with Morgan, she does a great job, but I can only use her on one of the teams in Hall of Conquerors. So Clarison's coming in on that secondary team to do some serious damage as well. But I do need to get her 6-star awakened so I can get her fully outfitted with gear, and I probably need to rebuild her because it's been a while since I've looked at her kit. But pretty excited to get a chivalry on her because she is stepping into quite a few of my teams in the Hall of Conquerors. And then jumping over to Ceres, we are on to Chivalry level 3. We're getting an additional skill effect. Skill 2, 100% chance to grant an ally Perseverance for 1 turn. That's 1 ally. And Perseverance is when target receives fatal damage, ignores the damage. Perseverance recharges the number of times you can persevere every turn. So with that, it's going to help ignore fatal damage for a turn. Maybe get that extra hit that just allows you to get the damage done that you need to take out somebody, ideally in arena. Like, I'm trying to think of, I do see her in the Hall of Conquerors a lot with the Serpent team, and she does a great job in there, but typically Ceres' claim to fame from what I've seen is in arena. And there's Ralph on to Chivalry level 9, so he is our last rare hero that's not Chivalry level 10, so we need 2 more copies of him, and we're ready to go. And he'll be all dialed in. Probably could actually just use this because I don't know what I'm going to use it on later. But I feel like I'll just keep it on the account just in case they decide to launch a rare into the game. I'll have a little head start on getting some chivalries on that rare. Jumping over into the shard shop here, we can go ahead and sell these guys. I forgot I didn't have gold when I got the chivalry for Sarah, so I got to go put that chivalry on her. But we're going to go ahead and exchange those guys for 883 tokens. That actually gets us enough where we can purchase a legendary out of the shard shop, which is pretty good. And then if we go over here to the relics and do the same thing, so exchanging these is going to get us 13,600. I think that's enough to get us right to 52,000 as well. So if we go over to the heroes and take a peek, right behind me is Ceres. I think I'm going to pick her up with the 5,250, get another one, so that'll be 2 chivalries on Ceres for the day, which is pretty big. And then we're going to go ahead and pick up Merlin's Storm Relic as well, get that added to the account. So on Merlin Relics, that gives me all 3 of them. I have only really built, and then I haven't even really built his Frost Relic all that much. I've just leveled up a little bit, got a couple skills enhanced. Probably actually build his Flame Relic first, potentially, but I am kind of rolling through and getting that done. We'll go find Sarah over here hiding. We'll get her Chivalry level 10 going now that I have some gold to get it on. And then jumping over to Ceres, we're getting this 4 Chivalry right here. It changes mirror counters activation condition to when using a skill instead of when she's using skill 1. And then what that does is going to remove all of the peripecia that she has, which is basically affect accuracy when she has 3 or more. And when that is removed from her, she has a 100% chance to remove 2 of each enemy's buffs, as well as a 100% chance to charge each serpent favorite ally attack gauge by 20%. So she's going to speed your serpents up, as well as remove 2 buffs from each enemy, which is actually pretty strong. Ideally, we want to get that cooldown down to 2 turns instead of 1, or instead of 4, and that way, as she's stacking up these peripecias on your on herself, then she'll have the 3 to remove, I'm assuming. But I haven't honestly looked too strongly into her kit. The other part is changes the buff removal to buff explosion. Now, we've had a lot of talk about exploding things lately. So I think the buff explosion is actually going to be working very similar to what they're calling the dot explosion, where this is actually going to be some sort of explosion of damage based on her attack power, and it's going to explode the buffs off. And I think that that's the way that is actually written in the code, which is why when you do a dot explosion, it's not actually doing the dot damage, it is exploding them for damage. But they're using that same terminology, whereas like an actual buff doesn't have a damage value. But they're still using the word explosion. So that's what I think that's what's going on there. But anyway, it's going to be a big win on her kit there, moving into Chivalry level 4. And we're getting closer and closer to that Chivalry level 8. Probably at a point now where I should really start building her, getting her maxed out and using her, because she's probably going to be fairly effective at this Chivalry level. But I think that's about what I got for you today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me all the way to the end. Let me know if you'd be interested in that free-to-play series where we just kind of go through and maximize an account and see how fast we can progress through it. It sounds kind of fun for me. I just don't know I have the time to do it. So that's where I'm struggling a little bit. And it would be something I want to get in there every day and really give it an honest shot. So anyway, thank you guys again. I look forward to seeing you next time.